Hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some more Yomi action. We've got Legion versus Fivec in the Yomi Olympics 2018. Legion is playing Grave, Valerie, and Geiger, and Fivec is playing Satsuki, Geiger, and Trock. So we could potentially get Geiger mirrors. That would be pretty cool to see. Yeah, I don't actually know what we're going to see from both players at first. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to see from both players. We might see Legion just open with Grave. Grave is a generally strong all-around character. We could also see him open with Val. I don't know. Okay, so we do see Valerie. Valerie versus Geiger, so this will be interesting. I mean, honestly, this is a match I have seen so rarely that I have no idea how it could go. In theory, Geiger gets to bully Valerie pretty nicely in the early game. Valerie should be stuck on attack block for the early game. But we have seen Legion play a pretty throw-heavy game in his match. Or at least I have seen, from what I have seen of his matches, I've seen him play a fairly throw-heavy opening from Valerie, which can often be quite unexpected, and he's had it work out a couple of times, so maybe there is some different thinking going on in the matchup that I've just never applied to Valerie. Okay, Fivec playing to counter the standard Valerie moves, which is just, okay, you basically can't throw me profitably in the early game, so I'm just going to sit back here and block. He is blocking with an 8, so that indicates he doesn't have a 9 or a 10 in hand. So definitely something to keep in mind for Legion as he goes forward if he ever gets knocked down. Ooh, okay. Third turn King comes out and deals a bit of damage, knocking Legion to the ground. Hand sizes are at 9 apiece. Legion going for a block punish to lead. So probably Legion has a pretty good hand of normals. We can see some high normals come out here. If Fivec is paying attention to that, he might go for a block here. So Legion could just block his way up. Rather than Fivec risking a jack. Yeah, there we go. He's like, you've probably got normals. I can sit back. And what Fivec is essentially doing is he is trying to defer any kind of decision making until he has aces in hand. He's just going to sit back. He's going to block as much as he can. He's going to power up all his cards and get 4 aces and then just threaten 0.0 speed attacks for the rest of the game. And there we go. So picks up a single ace. Are we going to see any more? No. Okay. So probably ace-ace in hand. See how Legion responds to this. Does he block up? Does he go for a big throw punish? And how will Fivec play? Is he going to continue to block? Assuming that no throws are going to come out this turn from Legion. And he's relatively safe and just continue to accumulate aces. Yeah. And this tends to be the way that first games go in a longer set. Typically both players are still feeling out their opponent's valuation and kind of risk profile. And neither player is really committing all that much to any risky plays. We saw Legion go for a wake up 2 on knockdown because that is fairly low risk. If he's got a 10 in hand, it's essentially a wake up combo. It's kind of a reversal just so he doesn't get crossed up with a 5 into something big. Yeah, Fivec not committing too many cards here, just getting a little bit of damage. He's got a nice bit of life lead here. Essentially one unjokered Val combo worth of life lead, which doesn't mean all that much. We have a temporal distortion, so the play on this next turn is ace-ace, cross up, or throw. He could also go for a block or a dodge if he thinks that Legion is going to wake up Goldburst, because wake up Goldburst is the only thing that allows him to option select both the AA and the throw. Okay, Fivec just goes for the very conservative block, hoping to block out a Goldburst, so maybe no dodges in hand, which would mean no 2s, 3s. Yeah, we will obviously not see the 4s used as dodges here. Geiger does have the dominant attack speed at 0.0, so he has less need for dodges. Although dodges can be quite good even if you have the dominant attack as a good option select against dodge attack or blodge attack. Still, things are looking dicey for Legion. He's playing very patiently. He's just blocking. Okay, swing and a miss. Fivec may be using the fact that his hand size is very large to disguise the fact that it doesn't have all that much damage in it. Okay, now has at least, so we have 3 known aces in hand for Fivec. He could very likely have the 4th one. It would be consistent with the fact that he powered up fairly early for a single ace. So I would say he probably has all 4 aces in hand. Ooh, goes for the jack. This is probably going to undercut with the 10. Yeah. That does tell me that Legion probably does not have either a 2 or a 3 in hand. Maybe not even a 4. Okay, no, he does have the 4. Okay, just goes for a small combo, wants to option select the possibility of the Joker. Doesn't want to spend too much, gets a single ace, gets a good bit of damage, removes Temporal Distortion, which is very important. Fivec immediately plays another Temporal Distortion, puts the threat of lethal back on the board. He has 41 damage, 41 unjokerable damage in his aces at the moment. Has not yet chosen to play the 0.0 speed side yet. Ooh, goes for the dodge and gets thrown. Very brave throw from Legion here. Gets a nice bit of damage in and takes the life lead back. Putting Fivec at 47. Not within kill range yet, but still a nice bit of cashing out. Fivec once again out of Temporal Distortion. Still likely 4 aces in hand. Ooh, this could be bad for Fivec. We see another 10 come out. That's going to undercut that 8 throw. Fivec very unwilling to play aces in neutral, it seems. Big damage here. Legion going down to a very small hand size. This could get very, very dangerous. Playing 2 queens on that as well. So if Fivec thinks that he is out of 10s and is out of aces and queens, his jack becomes very, very scary. We do know he's got 1 in hand, guaranteed. Wow, another throw from Legion. Fivec unwilling to play the aces, and that is going to be lethal. Nicely played. Legion gets rid of Valerie. And Fivec dies with 4 aces in hand, which is unfortunate. Okay, so it's going to be Grave or Geiger for Legion next. Do we see Setsuki come out from Fivec? So we're going to see the character he thinks option selects both of those. Okay, sticks with Geiger. So this will be an interesting matchup. It's not a matchup we see very often. Graves are fairly rare, although Geigers are actually more rare, I think, in recent times. And so not a matchup we see very, very often. Typically Grave, I don't know. I think standard opening for Grave is probably just play Jack, like over and over and over again. Get as much chip damage in as possible. Option select Geiger's blocks. He doesn't really have a great opening state in this matchup. You delay, the hand size. You just get a bunch of chip damage in, and if he does anything except for block or king, you just cash out for 8 damage. So I would think in 5x shoes that Legion does not have a Jack here. And I would think Geiger probably also just plays Jacks as he draws them. Okay, there's a queen. Finds a throw. Probably not going to cash out much damage here. Okay, yep, tags a king onto it. Just finds 16. Nice bit of damage and knockdown. Potential cross-up setup here. Potential block setup here. Last game we saw Legion perfectly willing to play a 2 on Wake Up. Here I think probably we see a block from Legion. Maybe 5x cashes in a throw. Ooh, okay, interesting. Cashes out 12. Legion very willing to DP on knockdown in the early game. And having a 50% success rate so far. Okay, goes in with a throw, trying to chase Geiger's low hand size in this early game here. It's a knockdown. I would expect Legion to be pushing buttons here. Geiger or 5x has already spent a king, so it's less likely that he has another DP. So you probably just go in with a 2 or 3. Yeah, there we go. That's the cross up. Ooh, and into a straight too. Gets that ace back. Nice bit of free damage. And some additional spacing tools in neutral, and also working towards the True Power of Storms finisher. Fivec in an awkward kind of place right now. Okay, 5x looking to stuff throws or a big normal. Legion went for a cross-up 3, so he's thinking, okay, you haven't played a Jack yet. I would expect you to have played a Jack so far. Okay, never mind, he's got a Jack. But you probably also don't have a 2, so this 2 is fairly safe unless you decide to play an ace in neutral for no reason, which would be very, very odd. I think there's almost a 99% chance that Legion plays a Jack here. So 5x probably goes for... Ooh, wow! Okay, that's a really weird throw. I don't see where the value is in throwing there, really. I guess you cash out 19. Like, you immediately go for throw ace because you expect the Geiger player just to sit back and block, like as a 100% guarantee. Which, yeah, okay, I can see that. I can see that. Take your opponent to what? 30? Yeah, okay. Okay. I can see the value of the throw now. Smart plays for sure. Ooh, and Legion just very throw happy at the moment. Expecting maybe the same kind of block percentage as in game number 1, and Fivec adjusting nicely. He's not getting much value off of these plays at the moment. Very even life totals, very even hand sizes. Fivec has 2 known aces. Legion has the 1 known ace. See if Fivec makes an adjustment in terms of how he uses the aces. So far, Legion has played very disrespectfully to raw ace, and he's going to continue to do so, and it's definitely paying off. So just cashes in that 8 damage. Okay, nice block from Fivec. Legion putting a lot more attacks into his range now, because he is expecting layer 2 play from Fivec. It's 2 attacks in a... Yeah, he went for a throw, and then 2 attacks after known ace, I think? Or known double ace? Okay, no, sorry, he just went for jack and then went for king. So he's trying to blow up a layer 2 play of throw. Ooh, there's a dodge. That's scary time. Definitely face down here from Fivec. Yeah. Goes for the 45. Is it real? It is real. Nice. Avoids just straight up losing the game there. Nicely disguised, by the way, from Legion. I would definitely not have called True Power of Storms being in his hand this early, given the 2 plays immediately after the power-ups from Fivec. The fact that he went for Jack, which doesn't, you know, if it wins combat, it's not going to be able to combo into True Power of Storms. King, which is not going to combo into True Power of Storms. I would think, oh, okay, well, you probably don't have it then. You're not playing as though you have it. So the surprise dodge is very nice. Okay, jack to jack. Yeah, good option select on Legion's part. Fivec still unwilling to commit aces. Cycloid Revolution in neutral after having powered up. Wants to go for that big Temporal Distortion combo. But if your opponent is going to consistently play stuff at 2.2 speed, you've still got to commit aces if you want to beat that. So if you're unwilling to commit aces, nice joker from Legion. Reloads. Are we going to see immediate power up for the 3rd ace? Yeah, there we go. Just want to look at how many dodges he's got left. So he's got 2, 5, 7 dodges left. Already spent 1 joker, so dodges are very strong for Legion. Fivec is dead to raw True Power of Storms or dodge into True Power of Storms. A very dicey position here, very strongly favoring a block or a dodge. Yeah. See both players now acknowledging each other's supers, playing safe against them. 6 dodges left. Relatively low hand size. Ooh, there it is, 40. Unless we see... We can actually see a Joker come out here. Although we also have seen a Joker before. So yeah, Fivec commits. Cashes out the 40 damage. Puts Legion to 17. Good position here. However, he can still absolutely lose the game from this position. Okay, immediately powers up for 1 ace. Powers up for the 2nd ace. Okay, he's got 0.0 speed lethal on the board. So Legion can decide, okay, I'm going to blodge this face-up AA, or I'm going to 2 Power of Storms your greedy throw straight out the game. Fivec could go for a dodge as an option select. Ooh, nope, just outspeeds it. Face up, ace, ace play. Nicely done. Okay, so that is Geiger off the table for Fivec. So we've got Grave Geiger versus Setsuki Trock. I think as Fivec, you probably try to get Trock out of the way, depending on how you feel about the versus Geiger matchup. I think that is fairly even. Yeah, there we go. Trock comes out. Legion stays as Grave. We see Jax from Legion in the opener. So as Trock, I would just throw into them, try to get rid of that. Also punishes blocks if he's just blocking. Could be a 5. Don't want to throw into a 5, obviously. Oh, here we go. Okay. Fivec feels differently. He wants to undercut the Jack instead of taking the 8. Which I suppose isn't bad. Walking the Jack into a block, though, you want to try to keep Grave on an awkward hand as long as possible. You're playing a grappler, so you're very well equipped to do so. So I often feel like trading a little bit of health in the early game against Grave is quite good. Okay, Fivec looking for another Jack. Legion now building a hand. He's got an opportunity to play some mind games here. So he can try to bait with a throw, okay, or he can try to force a defensive posture with an attack dodge. We could see this 3 replaced with a 5 attack. Because if 5x got a king, now is a fairly good place to play it. Even if the Grave player has a Martial Mastery to counter your king, they're getting rid of 2 cards to do so. They are probably not comboing to True Power of Storms, so they're not dealing all that much damage. Nice 10 throw. Okay, cashes in some damage of his own. Very efficient bit of damage dealt. Sitting on 8 cards. 5x sitting on 7. So both relatively good hand sizes. Okay, there comes the block from 5x. So you've still got that 3. I mean, it's going to come out at some point. I would say that Legion probably has another 10 in hand if he's playing the 3 in neutral. So if the 3 is coming out because he's got a 10, then Legion has a very good hand. Maybe has a Joker. Because just poking with the 3... Oh my god! The Troc normal comes out. Punches out a greedy 10 throw. Okay. Deals a cool 15. Takes the life lead back. Even hand sizes. Legion powers up for 2 aces. Probably has True Power of Storms here. So, is Legion going to immediately cash out True Power of Storms, expecting Fivec to disrespect it? Or is he going to go for a throw from this position? I think Fivec probably makes the safe play. Although he has been opening up his range a little bit to deal with a very throw-happy Grave in the last game. Ooh! Gets caught in the chin for 12. Very happy to see that that's not facing in the other direction. That is one of the powered up aces. So if I'm Fivec, I'm probably blocking here just because that kind of play can often precede True Power of Storms coming out. It's like, oh, okay, well you powered up for 2, you played one of those aces. Okay, Fivec gets around a jack. No face down because Beast Unleashed is not on the table yet, so probably just a normal throw. Yep. Cool 9 damage and knockdown. Is Legion going to wake up DP again? If he's got True Power of Storms, I think it's a 50-50 as to whether Legion wakes up with it. Ooh, now it's Fivec's turn to cross him up. Bravely playing a 4 into known ace. Cashes out for 25. 32 hit points remain. It's a little bit of an awkward hand total for, or health total for Troc to deal with. It's not quite 2 kings. It's a little bit more than that. It's a bit more than, well, I guess, you know, he can throw into 8 for 19. So it's 2 throws away from lethal. Legion now definitely has True Power of Storms. He's got True Power of Storms and 2 cards. So how is Fivec going to play this out? Ooh, goes for the greedy 3. Gets punched out. Immediate face down. Yeah, the 3 throw from that position is a hard call out on Fivec having the Joker, or playing as though he does have the Joker. Okay, pushes a king out. So still 3 aces, 3 mystery cards in Legion's hand. Fivec down a Joker. Last time Legion blocked his way up and got punished. See how Fivec responds. Wow. Yeah, Fivec going, okay, if you hit me with raw True Power of Storms, yeah, I take 45. I'm at 16 hit points. But you have exactly 3 cards left, and I think I can take you. So puts Legion on 11, picks up an ace. Callouts on both sides this set saying, "Oh, you're not gonna play your aces raw. You're just not gonna do that. I mean, there's no way you do that." Okay, consistent throws from Legion. Getting a setup here. 54 hit points. We have 2 3s. 3 5s in the discard. If I'm Fivec, I'm blocking even. Yeah, kind of got a mix of blocks here, so there's no information there. If Legion has an odd normal, if he's got a 5, I think you play a 5 here. Ooh, cashes out 45. You're going to wake up buttons. I'm going to punish those buttons. 11-9. Random queen is going to close out this game if Legion has one in hand. And if Fivec doesn't dodge it. Or if he gets thrown because he's expecting random queen. There have been no queens played on Legion's side. So does he not have it, or has he chosen not to play it? He has chosen not to play it. Fivec has very limited avenues to lethal here. There is a face down. Do you just take the throw, or do you try to get ace-ace if you have it? Okay. Wasn't real, and that implies no throws. Ooh, stomp stomp. What's the worst card in your hand, Legion? Another king. Okay, 3 kings. No jokers yet played. Okay, Fivec trying to get lethal off the dodge. 3 dodges left. We get to see his hand here. Wow, okay. Good bait on on Fivec's part. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna hit you with the. Or he might have drawn into the 2 on that turn. Although, why wouldn't you just play the 8 in that instance? I guess if you get knocked down, yeah, okay. He played the 7 because if he gets knocked down. Okay, Legion doing his best impression of a guy who doesn't have a queen in hand. He's getting fairly low on throws. He's got 1, 2, 6, 8 left in his deck. He's got to play around the fact that Fivec does in fact still have a joker left. Nice block, nice patience on Fivec's part. Does not want to take random damage. Wants to keep a Legion on low hand size. Two is an interesting play. I guess the 2 is as good as a queen, knowing what he knows about Fivec's hand. Okay, Fivec picks up a queen. 2 chip. Okay, Legion has a 4. Five cards now in hand for Grave. 5 cards in hand for Trock. A queen still does it for Legion. And now any face card getting blocked does it for Trock. Let's see. Still a fair amount of dodges and a confirmed 4 in hand for Legion. Again, very opposite picture here. We have very limited dodges left. Still has a joker though. Why the jack? Why the jack instead of the 4? I'm not sure I understand why the jack came out there. I mean, now any chip is lethal. We've got magic pixels on both sides. Is this a queen? Yeah, it's an ace. Nicely done. Very, very, I mean, the narrowest possible victory on that one. But Legion is now on match point. Fivec has to win 2 against Geiger. So it's Trock Geiger and then Setsuki Geiger if he wins this. So let's see what 5X Troc v Geiger game is like. And let's see what Legion's Geiger v Troc game is like. I'm just going to open up blocks for Legion here. Big normals, okay. Well, he's got a big normal in hand. He's got anti-king technology. This could be a good position for him to simply block again. Saying, hey, I've got this big normal. You definitely don't want to attack into this, or throw into this, or king into this. So you should just sit back and block a little bit, and maybe I'll time spiral you. Fivec might be thinking, oh, okay, this is a good bait. For a throw, I can punch out a big normal or a time spiral with a queen or a jack. Okay. Fivec with the block. Legion potentially going for a 5-6-7 setup there, where you show him, oh, okay, I've got a 6, so you can totally play a 5 at me, and I'll just really quickly undercut it with this 5 I've got that I chose not to block with. Fivec gets a single attached block already. Okay, second block comes out, queen comes out. This Fivec, you're happy about this situation here. You're probably just going to get thrown. Geiger's going to get lower on cards. Yeah, thrown for 10. Totally fine. You've got the hand size advantage against Geiger now. Now you've got to make a decision about whether you're going to risk a block and potentially get crossed up, or are you going to risk a queen and allow the Geiger player to draw if he blocks, or do you want to wake up king and potentially get blown up with a big 6? Okay, blocks correctly, gets the second attached. Beast Unleashed is in play now. Oh, it might actually just totally be real at this point. Yeah, if I'm Legion, I am playing as if Beast Unleashed is absolutely on the table. See how this thing goes. If Legion has a Joker, expect him to just play a time spiral. Could go for a greedy throw. He believes the 5-Ek is not going to play it raw. Okay. Block does give the impression that he doesn't have a Joker. Because again, it is not as safe. He could also be willing to take the risk of taking 45. In order to posture as though he doesn't have a Joker when he does, just to make the Beast Unleashed, the dodge follow-up Beast Unleashed, more likely in his blue burst as a result to succeed more often. Ooh, another cross-up attempt from 5-Ek, giving, unfortunately for him, giving the Geiger player a bit more card power. Definitely not something you want to do. Legion still playing as though he does not have a Joker. Has blocked twice in a row now, though. Could go for an attack here. Okay, 5-Ek gets a king jacked out. Not an ideal trade, certainly. You don't want to cash those out, but probably happy that he hasn't lost Beast Unleashed. All of these turns are going to be tense for both players. Ooh, goes for a very greedy 7. Just trying to get knocked down, trying to catch a dodge. 5-Ek just cashing out face cards. He's got Beast Unleashed on deck. Okay, Legion's turn to power for aces. Immediately goes into Temporal Distortion, picks up a jack. So that is 30 damage on deck, just with the known cards in his hand. 5 unknown cards remain. So how's this going to go? Is Legion going to go for another throw, expecting the jack and the Cycloid Revolution to pressure Fivec to dodge? Is Fivec willing to block here if he doesn't have a dodge? Just to play around Cycloid and potentially soak the damage? Ooh, there's a dodge. So this is guaranteed 21. You probably face down with a bluff here. Oh no, wow, no face down at all. Okay, Legion does not, only has 2 aces in hand. That's what that move tells me. So the obvious play from Legion here is to go for either a jack or a cross-up attempt. Reason being that Fivec has played a jack there. He didn't play a queen. You could go for AA here if you've got a lot of normals, like big normals, or some hidden time spirals. Ooh. Nicely played by Fivec. Legion's like, okay, well, I mean, you're not going to play the aces because it puts Beast Unleashed out of your hand. So Fivec willing to spend it there to play around exactly that situation. He's low on face cards. And now all the known aces in Legion's hand are gone. Fivec just continually cashing out face cards. That queen was probably just drawn. If it wasn't, playing the aces was very, very smart. This is like, okay, you played the aces because you don't have face cards, so now I can do whatever I want to you. And then you get hit with queen. But he's got to be careful not to be too aggressive. He could be very weak to a gold burst here. Nice. Draws back at exactly the right moment. Denies the refuel. And this is looking very, very good for Fivec. There we go, gets a single power up. So that's probably 2 aces in hand now. R&D for Legion for 4 cards, so not huge. Hasn't really traveled through a massive amount of his deck. Fivec is 3 cards ahead of him and has a larger proportion of his deck in his hand. Still has a fair amount of hit points to chew through, though. Actually, both players do, but for Geiger, the struggle is now building a hand. For Trock, the goal is to end the game. Okay, that is definitely a good way to stay alive. Punch out a king with your 5. Do we see a 6/7? Okay, interesting bluff from Fivec. Expects maybe just didn't want to take, 6/7 jack maybe, but I think it's very unlikely that Legion has a hand that can support that kind of play. But Fivec might just be thinking, hey, okay, yeah, I give up a card, but I've got 8 cards in hand already. I don't really need this 6. It's not doing much for me. Fivec is definitely in an awkward position as Trock if he doesn't have the 3rd ace. Ooh, okay, he's got the 3rd ace, never mind. If he doesn't have the 3rd ace, and he doesn't have a dodge, he's stuck in a position where, he's played a fair array of face cards. He's played some kings. He's played in such a way that it indicates that he probably doesn't have a ton of any of those in his hand at the moment. So in those positions, you're very vulnerable to just attack spam, because even if you block, you're just trading one card for a draw. I mean, I guess you're slowly increasing your hand size, but the block doesn't stick around. It just goes right to your discard. You're basically just cycling through your deck, and you have to be willing to make that kind of play in order to win this match. You can't just go in with with throws and normals. Ooh, Legion just swinging, saying you're not going to be patient. You're going to push buttons. Still 5 dodges left in Trock's deck. Having a quick look here, we've got 2 3s, 2 5s, and a 7 played, so it's probably going to be an even normal. Although if Geiger has a 5, he's playing a 5 here. A lot of even blocks. Cashes out the aces again. I feel like the more he does this, the worse it gets, though. I mean, it's cashing out damage for sure, but again, those aces are no longer in your hand. Beast Unleashed is no longer, a thing you can do for a little while longer. You still got 2 attached blocks, so your blocks aren't sticking around. So you've got to really rely on drawing your blocks when you need them, drawing your face cards very, very rapidly, and drawing pairs and triplets. Okay, playing patient. I like it. Throw has completely disappeared from Legion's range. Really fast plays coming out of Legion right now. So I'm thinking Time Spiral or block. Got 1. Yeah, we're running low on throws. Ooh! Nice throw here from Fivec. This is going to cash out for a substantial amount of damage. Yeah, 20 takes Legion to 12. And now things are looking very, very difficult. Immediately powers up again. Okay, immediate power up from Legion. So 2, maybe 3 aces in hand. I mean, it could be 4. Or sorry, no, it can't be 4 because one of them is in the discard. So as 5ec, I'm thinking, okay, well, I mean, taking 30 is bad, but getting thrown for way more is way worse. So I'm playing a queen if I have it. I'm playing ace-ace if I have it. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it didn't work, but it was definitely, I think, the correct play to make. Here's where things are going to get very dicey. 5x stuck in a nervous position for the first time in the game. We know there's a jack in hand, so that's 9. So we know there's 30 unjokerable damage in Geiger's hand right now. Hey, great minds think alike. Awesome. Yeah, good play on 5x part for sure. Was it a good play from Legion's perspective? I don't know. There are very few things that kill you at 12. Trock basically has to play a king. So I think... yeah, I don't know. I think that might have been an error. I think that might have been better as a blue burst. Especially with Temporal Distortion up. You know, jack into throw into ace-ace for a lot. Ooh, gets the dodge off. This is likely to be 40. Yeah, I mean, that's guaranteed 40. Ooh, playing with fire here. So making the decision like, okay, if I play the 4 aces, I don't have any more reversals in hand. I'm really at the mercy of winning RPS. Rock, paper, scissors. If I throw here, I set up a potential quad ace kill. I have the threat of being able to, you know, play normals. I have the threat of being able to play aces. See how this goes. Has the other Joker. By God. Very nicely played on Fivec's part there. The no face down into immediate gold burst. He's not out of the woods yet. He's definitely, I mean, if Legion throws him successfully, Fivec dies. Fivec is dead. If he normals him successfully, he's dead. But there are a lot of ways this could go wrong for Fivec still. Dicey stuff, dodge, yeah. Those are much more painful for Fivec than for Legion, though. Okay, power up for third ace. Just trying to find the fourth ace. So we have three known aces in hand for Legion. I mean, 2 known aces is just as not lethal as 3 known aces. Ooh, good block on Legion's part. Let's put to 10. Does die to a throw, but that is 3 aces gone, so if he's got another ace in hand, it is useless. We've got 2 kings played. He's got a third of his deck left. Could have a dodge left. Could have a king left. Fair amount of throws, very likely. So I think if I'm Legion, I go for a throw here, or I just put the aces on the table. Puts the aces on the table, and that is going to be the end of the set. Nicely done by Legion. Navigated a really, really advantageous position out of... navigated his way out of a really advantageous position from Fivec, and goes on to end up in the grand finals, I think. Or no, sorry, semifinals. Grand finals? Semifinals? Let me have a quick look. All right, no, it is going to be, yeah, it's going to be semifinals. So it's going to be Legion versus Phoenix of the Ashes in semifinals, which should be a very exciting matchup. Phoenix has not played for a very, very long time, but is a very, very strong player. And Legion is, I think there's no and ifs or buts about it. He is the strongest player from Europe for sure. So that's going to be a hell of a match. So thanks everybody for watching. GG's to Legion. Nicely played from Fivec. Legion moves on. And yeah, hopefully I get to cast the rest of this tournament. It's a very, very fun format. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, enjoy yourselves some Yomi. Cheers.